Okay. Thank you everyone for joining today's demo session, which is day 2 for Playwright with JavaScript. I will share my screen and will be continuing our discussion from the yesterday's topic, where I have mentioned that we will be kind of talking about the installation part. Okay, and I believe everyone are able to see my screen and they are able to hear me. Anyone facing any issues, like feel free to interrupt in between, guys. Anyone has any concern or issues, please feel free to ask. Um, okay, so guys, as per the yesterday's like notes, which where I mentioned that we will be talking today in terms of the setup for the Node.js part. After that, we will do a quick installation for the VS Code. And after that, we will be kind of using the installation setup for the Playwright. Okay. So first of all, it's a common query everyone will have. Okay. Why we require Node.js? Okay. So, very important, guys. Why do we require Node.js for the setup of not only Playwright? There are various other tools where Node.js is like mandatory, guys. Okay. So, before we start, anybody wants to kind of give a try? What do you think? Why do we require the Node.js for our Playwright setup? Yes, anyone? You can unmute and speak up if uh, any idea.
So it gives packages to do different
Mhm,
activities inside the script, right? It has a lot of different packages, string operations or
mhm.
assertions.
Yes. So certainly what happens is, guys, whatever you like hear about the Playwright, Cypress, or any of the tools, guys, please remember these tools are actually nothing but those are a library which is actually having the Node.js library. Okay, and this library setup is actually present on the npm side. Okay, we call it as like Node Package Manager, basically. Okay, so yesterday I believe I'll show you the official website. Okay, so if you consider Playwright as a tool, the answer is that is correct. But at the same time, this Playwright is purely a package which is built under or built using Node.js, that is JavaScript and TypeScript. Okay, and it's a part of your npm section. And for all the activities which you are going to do via Playwright, for that we are officially triggering the npm command. Okay, so if you go to the official website, which is like playwright.dev, and if you open this start, it will go to the GitHub package. And over here you can see that this package will have the npm version, which is 1.52. And now when you click on npm, it will navigate to the official page of npmjs.com, where we are managing all our dependencies. Okay, so out of which Playwright is considered as one of the package. Okay, and we are able to have this detail on the yarn section also, guys. Okay, so please remember, npm is one of the section. Similar to that, we have yarn also, guys. Okay, so yarn, you can consider which is similar to node package only. Over here as well, you will be able to search for Playwright. Okay, so a particular user who is working on Playwright can do the setup via npm or can do the setup via yarn. Both are absolutely fine, guys. Okay, and for the Node.js setup, right? Why do we have it? Because again guys, all the dependencies which we will have in future, okay, with respect to project execution, okay, everything will be done with the help of Node.js guys. Okay, so if you consider, if you talk about, let's say, test runner, okay, which is part of your Playwright setup, if you talk about browser binaries, okay, all this will be kind of coming through the Node.js setup guys. Okay, so that's the reason whenever we do a initial setup for Playwright, it is mandatory that Node.js is configured correctly. Okay, so please remember, uh, in future, whatever dependencies we are going to configure, right, all those dependencies will be coming through the Node package manager only. Okay, so if you want to work on some scenario with respect to, let's say, reading the data from Excel, reading the data from some external file, okay, please remember we need to kind of install the respective dependency, and those respective dependency will be present in the Node package manager. So over here, let's say I want to work with Excel, so you guys can see that we are having the Excel related dependency guys, and for that we need to configure this in our project. Okay. So similar to the one, those who are from the Selenium background, they are aware about the Maven repository guys. Okay. So we used to update our pom.xml file, and based on that respective dependency we have added in the framework, and now it's time for us to use that into our project. Okay, so please remember, very important, Playwright itself is a Node.js library. Okay, and this particular like whatever content you were seeing over the GitHub guys, it is purely built on TS, that is TypeScript. Okay, and it is having a beautiful support for the dependency which we will require in future. Okay, and the next part which we have for the Node.js is guys scripting guys. Okay, please remember, the scripting and the executions, you guys will see that the command which I will trigger is more of like related to npm npx. Okay, npm stand for Node Package Manager, npx stand for Node Package Execution. Okay, everyone please make sure you have the clarity. Node package execution. Okay, so whenever we have some package ready, like we have created some test cases in Playwright, once we are done, after that, to execute via node package, you need to trigger the command npx. Okay, and then we have very important with respect to, you can say, like we will have the integrations of other tools also. So when I say other tools guys, please remember we will be using the framework. Okay, and that framework has good, obviously, support for the Node.js part. So such as the framework will be inbuilt framework, which is nothing but Jest framework, or let's say the Playwright test framework, and even the support for the Mocha library, Chai library, guys. That is something which is obviously given by the Node.js setup, Node.js installation. Okay, so for all this reason, guys, please remember it is mandatory for us to have the Node.js setup into your machine. Okay. Any query, questions, any concerns so far? Anyone, please, you can unmute and speak up, guys, with respect to Node.js.
In Playwright, we are not going to create a framework like a Selenium. We have a hybrid and all. Playwright having inbuilt framework, you mean to say?
Yeah,
Just
this is the one, Playwright test. So all the framework will be built on top of it. Customization, whatever we will do, right, it will be built on top of it. And if you consider in Selenium, you have robot framework, you have hybrid framework, you have other framework as well, right? So those type of categorization, those type of you can say bifurcation is not available in Playwright as such. Okay, in Playwright we will focus more on the folder structure, we will focus more on the way we are writing our test. Okay, there will be no such let's say that for hybrid you need to kind of use this folder and so on. No. Okay, everything will be done, the folder structure will remain like same. Now it's our call, how many folder structure we require for our complete end-to-end framework. how you are distributing the test, how you are creating the page object. All these decisions is purely on us as a QA.
Okay, and Mocha and Chai, like this is also inbuilt, like we can feel like we are integrating that in the Playwright. So like we are enhancing the Playwright framework. So we can say like we some
Mocha
enhancement.
Mocha Chai is something which is more of it is already configured actually. You don't need to, let's say, install something extra actually whenever we are doing the Playwright installation. Please remember that. Okay. So as soon as you have installed Playwright, right, in inbuilt you will have the support for the Chai assertion, Mocha assertions, and all the Mocha related library if required for our QA framework setup. Okay, but yeah, more often we are using this support for Chai and this thing into the assertions area where we are kind of validating the steps which we are doing is correct or not. If you go to the official page of chaijs.com, okay, which is the official page of Chai this thing. So over here you can see that it is saying Chai assertion library. Okay, so please make sure that this libraries itself is saying that we are not the framework related library. We are more of like you can consider wherein we are trying to perform the assertions. Okay. And obviously you can see that it is purely having the setup of Node.js. Same is the case over here also. And this both are independently like integrated with the Playwright installations. Once we do the installation, right, this library comes inbuilt. No need of doing any separate installation. Please remember that.
Okay, okay. So these are the inbuilt. Okay. For
Yeah.
like if we are integrating the POM like a page object model and the Cucumber in the Playwright, then we can say we are enhancing the framework.
We are enhancing the framework, and let's say if you talk about that we will require some additional support for Cucumber, the answer is yes, absolutely. Whatever the node package module will be available with respect to Cucumber, that we need to configure into our package.json. Okay, and then you can start with the concept of writing the feature file, step definition file, and obviously like all the keywords what we have in our Cucumber framework. Okay, but if you focus on POM style of writing, in that particular case you don't need to explicitly download anything. Okay, you can kind of play around with the folder structure, and accordingly if there are some scenario wherein you are reading the OTP or you are reading some captcha related implementation, for that we will obviously let's say look for the support of the respective tools which are available over the npm.js.
Okay. For both can be done like a POM and Cucumber together in the
Yes,
Playwright.
yes, because at the broad level in the framework section, guys, I already mentioned that we will have two framework. One will be purely POM, second will be POM plus integrations of Cucumber style of writing. Okay, the reason is this: some obviously some organization are saying that no, we don't want to follow the structure of Cucumber strategy like whatever we have, but yeah, someone will say that no, I want the feature file to be readable, right? So that we can integrate the POM whatever we have delivered or whatever we have created and integrate that with the Cucumber style of writing, wherein there will be some additional you can say data with respect to feature and steps. Okay, that we will obviously create the folder, and accordingly all the steps will map into that particular like step definition file which we will be creating. And this will happen for the API framework as well, in case if you are kind of looking for Cucumber style of writing. Please remember, guys, Cucumber BDD can be integrated for API as well as for UI both. Perfect. Any more queries, questions? Anyone, please feel free to ask. Hmm. Okay. So guys, just a quick this thing. I would request everyone to give a try along with me if possible. So you can go to the official website of Node.js .org. This is the official website where you will see the Node.js installation, guys. Okay. So if you have not installed, right, so I would request everyone to just go through this section, and over here you can see the version which is, let's say, available. Okay, we are actually using the LTS right now. If you notice, I do have older version of Node.js, and the requirement for Playwright setup is, guys, it should be 11 and above. Okay, and here you can see the respective OS which you can select as per your operating system. And here, which what I was showing you is like you can download using npm, you can download using yarn, you can download using pnpm. Okay, pnpm is also one of the library section through which you can do the installation. Instead of following this, you can download the respective pkg, that is dmg, this thing. And once it is downloaded, you can just double click and do the setup, guys. Okay, so I would request everyone to please perform this activity. For me, I do have already installed in my local machine. So quickly I will show you the terminal area. I hope everyone can see the terminal. Okay, so over here, guys, if you notice carefully, I will just write node minus v. So this is like the version, that is version 18.16.0, which is over here, little bit old, that is fine. And in at the same time, guys, when you install node, right, you will install the npm as well. So you can trigger this command npm minus v as well, so that you will be seeing the official version of node package manager as well. Okay, so I'm repeating again, guys, what I mentioned over here. I would request everyone to please download the node.js, whether it is for Windows or Mac. Okay, once it is installed and configured, after that you just need to check it out in the command prompt if you are using Windows. And if you are using, let's say, Mac, you can go to the terminal area and trigger this command called as node minus v and npm minus v. Any questions on this, guys? Anyone?
It's giving me FNM. FNM and NVM is fine, right? Anything is fine.
Yes, but try to do with npm only, like,
But
because
it's not giving me the option to do in
uh,
Windows.
no, no. If you select over here, you have section called as get a pre-built Node.js for Mac OS Windows. So select Windows, and based on your respective
Oh.
architecture in my computer section, check it out,
Mm-hmm.
whether 64-bit or let's say 86. So you can select it, and once you do that, after that, please click on this Windows installer.
Yeah,
One
I
file
did.
one file will get downloaded, and on that file you just need to perform double click, and from there you just need to select next, 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 and so on.
Yeah, not here. Like if you go up,
No, no,
go.
don't via this section now. Do
I
it via
okay.
get a pre-built
Mm-hmm.
Node.js for Windows and just click on this.
Okay, I did the same thing then.
Yeah, just give a try, and after that you can just go to the command prompt section, or let's say terminal section, and try to trigger this two command, which is npm minus v and node minus v, to check the version. Okay, so the next step is, guys, installations of VS Code. Okay, so VS Code is nothing but an editor, guys, which will be having a beautiful support for the Playwright part. Okay, and if you notice, it is more of like this particular section, like it looks like in this fashion. Whether you are following, there will be, let's say, various themes which will be available for VS Code. Okay, and now over here, like you just need to kind of go to the download area, and from there, with respect to the respective operating system which you guys are using, okay, please click on Windows or else click on Mac. Okay, so once you do that, VS Code will be configured, installed into your local machine. And guys, if you think that no, I don't want to use VS Code, I would prefer some other this thing. I just to give you an heads up, guys. Playwright, whoever is working on Playwright, guys, 95% of the people are, let's say, having you can say the browser, sorry, the editor which they are using is VS Code. The reason is simple, because of the various extensions which are available in the Visual Studio marketplace, okay, for the Playwright support. Okay, so once you install and once you configure, guys, you will see something like this, like icon in your local machine, and after that you will be able to open the VS Code, that is Visual Studio Code, guys. Okay, so this is the editor tool, like wherein we will be writing our code. Okay, and once we are done with that, after that we will do our project setup, guys. So any questions so far, anyone, guys? Like just at high level, anybody wants to add anything?
Hello, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Sir, this side is Akash. Sir, sir, in my system, Eclipse is downloaded. So I need to download the VS Code.
Yes, yes, yes,
E-
yes.
e- Eclipse is not working for the Playwright.
It will work, but again, you will have a lot of challenges with respect to you can say project setup. Okay, the folder structures and everything. Okay, so even you can do with Eclipse, but yeah, whenever you will be, let's say, working in real time. Okay, when I say real time, your QA manager or your QA architect will obviously forcefully ask you to do it via VS Code only. Okay, that's the reason we are having all our activity via VS Code. We are not using Eclipse for Playwright and even for Cypress, actually, in real time, in real organization.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that's the reason. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
perfect. So over here, guys, once you do the VS Code setup and everything, guys, you will see that you will have the like UI screen similar to this. Okay, so now what I'm doing is over here, I'll like go in the project structure. Okay, so everybody can see that I do have few Playwright this thing. So I'll go to this section, and over here I'll click on create new folder, and I will write Playwright. Just try to understand, guys. You can create this folder anywhere, guys. Okay, there is no such restriction. So I have created this folder called as Playwright May 2025. Okay, and once you have created, guys, open this with the VS Code. Okay, so when you open, guys, please click on open folder. Okay, and just select this and click on open. So you have this particular screen, guys. Anyone, like everybody, please, if you want, you can give a try along with me. Okay, because this is very, very important for the initial setup. Where in this particular project which I have created, right, it will have the JS JavaScript practice part as well. Okay, so in the same folder, in the same package, or in the same folder, we are going to have our JS also, guys. Okay, so you can see that we have opened, sorry, we have created this folder. Now it's time for me to kind of go to the terminal area. Okay, so I will be opening this via terminal. Okay, so now if you notice carefully in Playwright, this thing, right, once we have done with this, after that I need to go to the terminal area and make sure that remaining activity, whatever is required for the Playwright installations, we are doing it, guys. Okay, so let me close this, close this. So everybody can see that right now I am on the terminal section, guys. Anybody has any questions, anything you want to highlight before I start triggering the command which is required for the Playwright installation? before moving to that, if anybody wants to add anything, please feel free to ask. Okay. Before we start, guys, I'll just explain you some of the options which are available over here. Okay, then we will jump on to this installation setup. So guys, when you install or when you configure this VS Code, right, you will see a lot of options which are available over here. Okay, out of which we are, let's say, you guys can use the appearance sections to kind of have it in white background, guys. It is completely on you. Okay, so once you select, right, you will be able to kind of have the respective view options available with you. Okay, and then once you do this, guys, here you can see that this is the explorer sections where you will be able to see multiple projects which are available into your particular folder. This is the search option which I showed you, that if you have implemented any method, function, or any code, if you want to search, please click here, try to search that particular text over here. You will be able to get throughout your project whatever is available. After that, this is the Git related icon, for which we will try to migrate all our code from the local machine to the Git repository. That we will try to, like I'll try to explain later on. This is the, you can say, the debug logic, right? If you want to debug some of the code by running and trying to have the debugger on, right, you will be able to do with this particular icon which is present over here. This is the extension part. Like, if in case if you want to have the particular extension to be added to your VS code, guys, it will not add to the project, please remember. Okay, it will be getting added to your VS code. Okay, so if you want to have any extension to be configured with your VS code, guys, you can just search for that particular extension and try to integrate it. After that, we have the filter. So you can see this icon, guys. This icon I'll show you once we are running the Playwright test cases. So here we will be kind of more into Playwright inspector, trace viewer, how we will use that. So it is more on that. And this is related to the GitHub actions, guys, which is nothing but it is more of like the CI/CD process, but this is only using the GitHub part, guys. And the same options are available over here. Go to file, edit, selections. So some of the options are very straightforward to kind of understand. And from here, right now, what I did is, if you are not able to see, guys, after run, you will be seeing 3 dots, guys, if you are new to VS Code. And you click on those 3 dots, you will be able to see terminal, windows, and help option. Okay. And once you have that, after that, please click on new terminal. Okay. Any query, any questions, anything you want to highlight before I move to the command, guys, for Playwright installation? Anyone? You can unmute and speak up, guys. Yes, please feel free to ask your doubts, query, questions. Okay, so I believe everyone are good. So now once we have done this, guys, after that, what we will do is, you can just trigger the very first this thing command for initializing a Node.js project, which is nothing but npm init -y. Okay, so it is nothing but it is initializing a Node.js project, so through which a package.json will be getting created at this particular folder level. Okay, so npm init -y will be kind of creating a package.json. So you can see that this package.json got created, and obviously this package.json will get updated, will get modified as and when we will be kind of updating our dependencies. Okay, so the step one is npm init y. Okay, please feel free to ask your doubts, guys. npm init -y -y. Okay, what is the second step? In second step, we will trigger a command, okay, which is nothing but npm install, and over here you can write -d, so that it is added in the package .json. And after that, you just need to write @ and please make sure you are writing the correct spelling of Playwright, and just write hyphen test. So once you do that, guys, you will see that it will take some time, and node module package log.json package.json got added, guys. Okay. So over here, if you notice clearly, okay, so Playwright test 1.52 got added into my system. And when I was showing you the playwright.dev, right, the URL for, and when I clicked on this, guys, you saw that the version which is mentioned over here is 1.52. Everyone, please remember this. Whatever version is specified over here, right? If you want to have it the like same version into your local machine, right? That's the reason I have written hyphen D latest. Okay, everyone are clear?
Yeah, 1 second. npm init minus y did not work for me.
Okay.
So
Uh,
what
so the
message?
reason, the issue can be the npm is not installed properly. That could be the
Okay.
issue. So just
Mm,
check first npm minus v. So it will
okay.
say that unrecognized command or something. If that is the case, then we need to check the Node.js installation setup which we did.
Yeah, npm minus v is also not working. Can I?
So the
Yeah.
thing is, check it out the node minus v if it is working. If not, then you need to first make
I
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, inside the Visual Studio Code, if I do node minus v, I can see the version 22.15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When I do npm minus v,
Mm-hmm.
it's not recognizing. It's saying npm file, C program files, Node.js, npm.ps1 cannot be loaded
Mm-hmm.
because running scripts is disabled on this system. For
So
more information. Okay.
there will be one security part, okay, wherein you need to enable the security policy actually. So
Okay.
those who are facing this issue, okay, so
Yeah,
so
even I am facing the same issue, Saurabh,
yeah.
actually.
So what we need to do is Microsoft security. This is due to obviously you need to update one this thing command in PowerShell actually. Uh, so you will see this error actually. It is common. So you need to go to one of the section, and I'll help you with that. Don't worry. After this session, you just need to show me that error again, because once you update the, you need to go to PowerShell and run that particular script. After that, you will be able to like run the npm command. Okay, so over here, I believe when you're writing npm minus v and anything, right, it is not showing the version. That's what you're like. That might be the
Yes,
correct.
yeah. That's the concern. Yeah.
So let me quickly, if possible, um, okay, give me after this, like around 5-10 minutes, we will. You can share me your screen, and should show me the exact error what you are facing. Okay, I'll
Sure.
help you with that particular process. Okay, so guys, what we did is we have triggered only two command. Okay, one is npm init minus y, and after that we have triggered npm install hyphen d and playwright at the at the rate playwright slash test. Please remember, guys, whenever we are doing or configuring for the very first time, okay, you will see the project folder will look like this. Okay, wherein we don't need to worry about package log.json at all, and we don't need to worry about node underscore module. These two things, I mean, whenever we are pushing the changes over git, will go under git ignore. Okay, you don't need to worry about this unless and until if your version is getting updated from 1.2 1.52 to something else. And if you notice the Playwright official page, the version was updated around 21 days ago. So it may happen that within a week or something, there might be a new version. Okay. So if that is the case, guys, you can just trigger this command again and automatically this version number will get updated to the latest one. Okay. So please remember, when I am writing npm install -d at the rate playwright test, there is one more command which is playwright latest actually. Okay. So with that also you will be able to configure install whatever version latest available in the market. Okay. So now, I mean, we are, let's say we are done with the Playwright installation part. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to install the browsers and everything. Okay. So for that, please remember, you need to trigger a command npx, okay, playwright install. Okay, so once you do that, guys, you will see that all the browsers, I know like we have already all the browsers and everything. Okay, but what it will do is it will include for this particular project which we have created, guys. Okay, so Chromium, whatever we have, let's say Chromium, Firefox, and the WebKit, guys. So here you will see that this all browser will get updated, and after that we will be able to invoke the CodeGen or Trace Viewer using the Playwright setup, guys. Okay, and the folder structure will also get generated. So I'll show you that as well. And one more thing I would like to highlight, guys. Now, in let's say if it may happen that you may need to share this project with your QA team, right? So whenever you share the project or something, right, please remember that we don't need to kind of share the node module section. Please remember that. Okay, we don't need to share package log.json. Okay, but yeah, it is recommended to share the package.json. The reason is like you need to make sure that whatever dependencies you have added into your let's say dev dependency, and there is one more tag actually over here which is nothing but like dependencies, guys, which will get added once we configure the dependency part as well. Okay, so once you share this, right, whoever is receiving this particular file, that particular person needs to trigger a command called as npm I, okay, or npm install. And once npm I or npm install command has been triggered by that particular person, right, he will be able to see all the required dependency in his local machine, including the node module as well. Okay, so please remember, whenever we do the setup, okay, so if you go to the official website and you click on get started, so over here you can see npm init playwright latest. Okay, so instead of running the command which I was showing, okay, you can trigger this command as well. Please remember, guys. Okay, so if you trigger this command, this is also fine, not any problem. Okay, so we are done. Now the thing is we are configuring with respect to the languages part. Okay, so I have just triggered npm. So with this command, the like Playwright is identifying whether you are looking for JS or TS, because as you guys are aware, right, Node.js has the support for only two languages. I know like Playwright is having the support for 5 languages, like including TS and JS, but for that the setup is different. Okay, but if you are doing via Node.js, Node Package Manager, you will get only two options whether you want to do the setup with JS or TS. Okay, so over here you just need to select the programming language. So please click arrow, guys, for selection process. Okay, so you will see few more questions which will be coming up, where to put your end-to-end test. So right now Playwright is saying that I will be using test folder. So please click tab. Okay, automatically test folder will kind of get created over here. So do you want to add a GitHub action workflow? I am right now saying false. Okay, so you can keep this as it is. Okay, I don't want right now. Okay, later on we will add it. Install Playwright browser can be done this thing manually. So you can trigger this because we already added this, not a problem. Okay, so you can see that it got added, and after that you can see the folder and everything got updated, guys, over here. Okay, and the end it is saying happy hacking. Okay, so whatever I have showed over here, guys, you can have it via the command prompt also. Okay, somebody will show you the Playwright installation over here, so don't get confused, guys. Okay, you can do the installation on the respective project by this particular terminal, or you can do via the VS code which I am showing you right now. Any doubts, query, questions, anyone, guys?
So we already installed the browser, right? Like in the before command and again and Playwright. Then again we did npm init
No, no, no.
Playwright at.
You mentioned correctly that we already installed browser. That is correct. So that's the reason it did. If you notice, right, the command I have triggered npm init playwright at the rate latest till the final, right? You saw that it was very quick. And here downloading browser, it hit this particular this thing command, but I already added, right? So that's the reason this particular process was very quick. You can trigger this command again and again. That's not a problem. I know that we have already installed, right? If it is already installed, it will just show you success. That's it. If it is not installed, then the whole process, what you see, what you saw, right, previously, like 125 MB, 79 MB, correct? So this whole process will get triggered. Okay. But if it is already installed, that particular command will just show like success. That's it. Perfect. Anyone has anything to add, guys? Okay. So with this three command, guys, we are now having the folder structure on the left hand side is ready. Okay. So you guys can see that we are having node modules, we are having test, we are having test example. Okay. After that, you can see that we have the git ignore. Already Playwright is saying that we will have few folders which gets generated, which gets created as soon as we trigger the test case. Okay, so already he has added like the git ignore file has this particular path. After that, you guys can see that we had @type node, okay, which got added into your Playwright setup. After that, we have @playwright test dev dependency, guys, so far. Okay, and then a very important file, guys, which is nothing but playwright.config.js. For this, I will be having a detailed explanation on this in the coming session. Okay, um, but before that, if anybody wants to add any detail, any thoughts, please you can unmute and just like please feel free to add your comments, guys, before we move ahead. Anyone wants to add anything?
When
There
you
was a command
post,
np, sorry,
yeah, go ahead.
npx. Yeah, there was the last command, right? Npx playwright. What does actually that do? What are the components it installs? I remember you mentioned about browsers. What other things? Like I see list of things happened here.
You mean to say this command you're talking, or the command which I triggered as npm init playwright at the rate latest?
After this npm init, I see this npx playwright install and all those things. This we need to do it manually from terminal, or it is as part of the earlier command.
Over here, I have followed the process which you can ignore, and directly you can trigger two commands, I would say. Even if you don't write npm init -y, correct? Okay, let me kind of give you a real-time example. If you don't write in npm init -y, that is absolutely fine. You can straight away write this particular command, npm init playwright at the rate latest. So with this single command, all the configuration, whatever I showed so far, right, you will get it on your respective folder where you have created your Playwright project. Okay. Now, if you think I have triggered one command called as npx playwright, install browser, right? That's what your question is. So here is like npx playwright install. Okay. And there was one more command which was npx playwright install browser. Okay. Which is this one. Okay. Which is nothing but installing the browsers which are local to your Playwright machine. Okay. Playwright system. So what it does is here, if you notice, these are the set of actions. What happens when you trigger this command, which is npm init playwright idly test. Okay. So as soon as you hit, you are more or less like 90% of the installation has been done, guys. No need of worrying about this particular two commands actually. Okay. So you can directly like hit this particular command. And now whatever you guys can see this part, right, everyone? These are the set of command which Playwright is suggesting us to run for your test cases. Getting my point, everyone? So Playwright is showing you some documentation, guys. Okay. How you can run your test case. So npx playwright test, npx playwright test hyphen UI. So all these are the command where we will write this command absolutely obviously in the terminal area over here only. Getting my point, everyone?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
similar to this, having a lot of commands, guys, which we are going to see in future. And all this command can be added where, guys? Into your package.json. Instead of remembering it, okay, we can add this into our package.json. Later on, I'll explain you that as well. So over here, you guys can see something called as the script area. And under script, you just need to mention like run test. You can give any name, guys, no worries. Okay. And over here, you can write the command. Okay. Save this. And over here, you get a button, guys, debug. Okay. So with debugger, you will be able to debug the code, but the condition is you need to debug the respective section for which you need to run your scenario. Okay. So right now, if you notice, I have triggered debugger. So what it is doing is actually it is triggering this command, but along with debug mode. Okay. So you can see this section. What is happening is like it is trying to do the setup of Chrome browser. It is trying to do the setup of WebKit, and it is trying to do the setup for Mozilla Firefox. Okay. So over here, guys, I have created this one simple this thing. Okay, any name you can give. Again, I'm repeating, and after that, I have just written npx playwright test. So the command I have obviously copied from here, and it is asking me that whenever you write this command or whenever you trigger this command, guys, it is running the end-to-end test. So over here, when you hover your mouse, okay, it will ask you to run your script. So you can see when, as soon as you run your script, you can see that your Playwright test executions got started, guys. Okay. And here at the end, you will see that the test got passed. And if you want to see the report, just trigger this command. And you will be able to see the report as well, guys. Obviously, guys, we will have the detailed discussions on this before I jump onto this. Okay, so we will discuss in detail about the running the respective test, how the test folders. So we will have detailed discussion on the folder structure. Very, very important, guys. So the next session will be very, very important with respect to the complete configurations, what you can see, whatever we have done so far for the Playwright part, guys. And we will deep dive into the folder structure, playwright.config.js file, very, very important. And then we will jump onto the JavaScript basics, guys, in the coming session. Okay, that is on Monday. Before that, before this thing, guys, I would request those who were facing issues like challenge, right? I'll just go through that. But prior to that, a quick recap, whatever we have discussed today. So we have started our discussions on like installations of Node.js. Okay. So I have showed you from where you need to configure it. After that, we have done or we have spoken about VS Code, like for Mac, for Windows, based on your OS. Please check it out, guys. And after that, we have done the installations of Playwright in VS Code, guys, basically. Okay. So I would request everyone to kind of with this single command, 99% of the installation of Playwright will be done. Okay. And if required, guys, the official page where you will be able to see this is nothing but this part. Okay. This documentation. So I would request, if required, you can go to the documentations which is available on the Playwright official website. Okay. So here you, if you notice, it is clearly saying with npm you just need to trigger this, so you can see that what all will get installed. Okay. And after that you can just trigger a command called as npx playwright test, which I did actually by creating a variable in the script area, for which we will discuss like in the coming session. After that, I have just shown you like some of the common command, but I have not discussed this in detail, so we will talk about this command in details on Monday. And we have spoken about why we require Node.js, what are the reason, and we have some discussions on the framework area as well. Okay. So I'll stop here, guys. Anybody has anything to add? Anything to please, like any doubts, comments? Please, you can unmute and speak up, guys.
Yeah, sir. Like when you ran the command, it happened for you in the headless mode. Like
Headless
because
mode.
we didn't see
We are
anything in browser, right? Okay. Okay.
okay.
And sir, like here in the package.json, it's showing the Chromium and all. For my question is that Playwright is not running on real browser. It's running on Chromium engine.
Yes. So if you notice, if you remember, right, as I mentioned, all the browsers, that is Opera, like Brave browser, all these browsers are actually part of your Chromium engine. Okay, that's the reason. Playwright, in the configuration part, you will see something called as over here Chromium. Okay, which is more or less similar to what we have. You can say Chrome browser only. Okay.
So is it possible to run the Playwright on real browser instead of
Yes.
Chromium? Like, can we do that?
Absolutely, yes. So over here, you can see something like commented area. You can see this commented area. Okay. Under this, you will see one more section commented. Everyone can see this. Okay. So that's what I told, right? We will discuss about Playwright config JS in detail because there are a lot of points to be covered. And through this, you will be able to do the configuration changes and you will update your run logic. Okay. So this is what you are talking about. Okay. Run under branded browser.
Okay.
It will
So
be a real
user
browser.
do the testing we will do on a branded browser, right? Or
Yes,
Chromium.
yes, Chrome browser. It will
Chrome.
not be Chromium then. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So we will
Because they commented, I thought like we never going to use it. So, but we
no,
have to.
we will be for sure we will be, because I need to explain in detail about this config file, right? At that time I will cover the discussion about how what all things like where we can run our scenarios and everything. Okay.
Okay. In the real time, they are using the which browser for the testing? I don't know, like the in real time, what is happening?
Whenever we create a project, right, we comment everything. Actually, we just keep one browser on, that is Chromium. Okay. And because obviously it is consuming the memory and everything, the execution time is also getting, but for our testing this thing, right, for our like scripting purpose, we will just switch on only one browser. That's it. Once we are done with the complete framework, right, after that you can just uncomment and you can start exploring the other browsers as well. Okay, but the condition is once you are done with your complete end-to-end scripting. The condition is that.
Okay, for with the CI/CD tool, we are going to use the real
Cross
browser.
cross browser testing. Yes, correct.
Real browser. Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Perfect. Anyone else? Any queries, doubts, questions?
After installation, I did not get the report part. Your screen is showing Playwright dash report and also test results. I could not get all those things. I got the rest of the things, but Playwright report and test results are not there in my Visual Studio.
Okay, I'll check it out. Ideally, what happens is like, did you trigger a command called as npx playwright show hyphen report?
No, I didn't do that. I
Yeah,
just used npm init -5 and then npm install -d, and then I did the latest command.
that's the reason. So whenever you run, right, at the end you will get one more this thing suggestion. Okay, so if you
Okay.
trigger npm like playwright show hyphen report, there was one command. Remember, I just triggered when I was showing
Oh, okay.
report. And from there I went to Google Chrome and like one report basically where I was having 6 tasks, has title and everything, correct? So that is something same will get added into your this local project as well.
So I can fix it now, or do I have to redo again?
No, you can
I
run
can
that.
just, okay.
You can just trigger this command
Okay, what is the command?
npx
Yeah.
playwright show hyphen report.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. So I think we are good. Like I believe some of you were facing issue. Yeah, Priyanka, I'll obviously again re-revise this topic. Okay. Because I know like I have done the install, because this is just an installation part. We are not doing any scripting or anything so far. Okay. So again, I will reiterate through the whole process on Monday. Okay, like the whole flow, whatever we did so far. And still, if you guys are facing challenge issue, like let me know. Before we end, I believe some of you were facing issue with some policy part. Like anybody wants to kind of share their screen, if possible, like any one of you, so
Yeah,
that I
I
can
can share. Yeah.
go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm sharing. And this is the one I was facing issue.
Yeah, right. Okay. Scroll up little
Here.
bit.
Yeah.
Just a second.
Mhm.
Copy the line which is below that yellow one, 2 lines. Yeah, and chat. Put it in chat window, please. So guys, what happens is there is a Microsoft policy issue actually. Okay, that happens whenever you have a new laptop, or let's say, and that policy comes by default. Okay, there is no such this thing. So once you have that policy enabled, right, you will face this issue. Okay. So what you need to do is you just need to update the policy. Okay. I'll show you where you need to update. So, um, whose screen is this? Just a second.
Vijaya.
Yeah. Vijay, can you open Microsoft PowerShell, please?
I don't know whether that is installed in here or not. PowerShell.
Just
I
write
don't
Power.
have. Oh, okay. Windows PowerShell, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Run as admin. No. Close this again, please.
Mhm.
Again, write PowerShell, please. Click on Run as admin on the right hand side. There is Run IC as admin. Yeah, click on that, please. Okay. And over here, what you need to do, uh, mm, can you just write this command? I'm sharing you over chat.
Sure.
And now press like capital A and
Capital
hit
A.
enter.
Sorry, capital A.
Enter.
Enter. Okay.
And now you can close your VS Code and open again, please. You can keep this open. Now you can close your VS Code and please reopen this VS Code and go to the terminal area where you were having that issue.
Yeah.
And just write that npm -v.
Yeah. Now it came npm -v. I think earlier node -v also worked. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
This
Perfect.
is good. But what I did not get it is I did all these things in command prompt. I was able to do
No worries. That's
earlier.
fine.
Yeah, but I did not see the reports, and I think you had extra folder, right? Something else, test results or something.
You
Those did not come for me.
trigger again the command which is
Uh,
npx playwright test.
npx play
Right test.
test or just test.
Just test. Enter.
Okay.
It will take 2-3 seconds. So now you can see test result.
Yeah, I see test results. Yeah.
Okay. And after this, you will see one command here itself, which will say you npx playwright show hyphen report.
Okay.
Okay. So you need to run that command as well so that you will be able to see the default report, which is, so you can see playwright report now. That's not a
Yeah.
problem. You can see this second folder below
Yeah.
node mode.
Okay. So now I don't need to run again, right?
I
Because
mean, just if you want to see in browser, then you can run it. Okay.
Okay.
So that it will, and whenever you stuck at this point, please press control, like control this thing. Okay. Control C.
Control C. Yeah.
In terminal, it will ask you to control C to quit.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Can you do one favor? Can you copy your notes and put it in the chat so we can keep that ready if
Yeah.
we have to set up the same thing for another machine or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Uh,
second. What you changed in the terminal, can you show it, Vijaya? Can you please show that? It was the command. What was the command?
Oh, PowerShell.
Yeah,
Here,
PowerShell. Minus
yeah.
A also something.
No, he gave this command right in the chat. Vikas gave this command, set execution policy remote signed. And I just gave letter A. If you see here, I say letter A. And then it set some policies. Now I am able to do node nvm -v and everything in terminal
Okay,
so
because I'm
VS
all
code.
the same. Okay, what's that A means? Yes
uh,
to all. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
second option. Yeah. So basically
Okay.
what happens is if some users are created by for this laptop, right? Then it will be applicable only to that user, or let's say you want to make it global actually. In future, if there are 15 user, 20 user getting you created on this laptop, right? The laptop which she is using, they will not have this issue. Okay, so that's the reason we just mentioned set execution policy remote signed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And coming to the notes, I know it is on this thing, not very this thing, but still I'll mention in the chat window so you guys can just have a look. Okay, so I have added this, and on Monday we will have the detailed discussion, guys, with respect to the folder structure, with respect to config file, and we'll jump onto the JavaScript basics, guys. Okay. I hope everyone are on same page. Just to add, Priyanka, I believe, were you able to catch? I know like you messaged at around 7:20, but I didn't notice that. So are you able to catch up? If not, please let me know. If required, we will revisit to some of the section again. Okay, if you require.
Uh,
Yeah, Amrish.
hi, Saurabh. Actually, after I can able to install the Playwright and all, but when I try to run npx Playwright test, I'm getting some issues. Actually,
You can quickly share your screen.
yeah.
How about others? If you guys are, please, if you have not done the setup, I would request everyone to please do the setup by over the weekend, and let me know if you are having any issues, challenge. Yeah, trigger this
Can you?
command.
Yeah, if I click this command, I'm getting
No,
like
it is.
this. See,
So that is fine because I believe you have not installed the browser. Okay. So two browsers are missing. I mean, one browser I believe it is missing, which is I believe which one? Firefox. Okay, just do one quick thing now.
mhm.
npx playwright install.
One
Just trigger this command.
npx,
npx
this one,
playwright.
right?
Yeah, it will. Yeah. Now try to run it again.
npx Playwright test, correct?
Yes. 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 Uh. Okay. Just a second. Scroll up. Scroll up
It
in
is
the
just
terminal.
opening this directly.
Yeah, that's fine. Go to VS Code again. Scroll up a little bit. Do you have locally Firefox installed into your machine?
No, I guess actually.
Can you please install it locally? Because whatever browser you are running, right, in Playwright, it is
Mm-hmm.
mandatory that it is locally available.
Okay.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
please install the Firefox, or else you can go to playwright-config.js. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And over there, you can comment out the Firefox part for now. Okay. Which is yeah, you can comment it control ? Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Now you can save this and trigger npx playwright test so that it will not check where in the Firefox.
npx Playwright test, correct?
Yeah, perfect. Run this. Okay, so now you will not face this issue.
Okay. Is it because my personal
um,
system doesn't have Firefox?
yeah, it is
Is that the reason?
mandatory that if you are running your edge, your test case in edge, it is
Mhm.
mandatory that locally your edge should be available.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, for all the browser, it is a prerequisite.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Vikas. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
perfect.
Yep. One more question, Vikas.
Go
When
ahead.
we did npx playwright show report, it opened the browser and showed the report, right?
Localhost.
Usually yeah,
Mm-hmm.
localhost. Yeah, in Selenium, it says like this is operated by automated software like that when we open the Chrome browser. But here it is not showing like that. So Playwright don't show that,
No, no.
the
So it will
browser.
till now we have not ran the test case in
Okay.
credit.
Okay.
That is just for report viewing purpose actually. Okay.
Mhm.
When we will run our actual test, right, you will see that notification. It is running on automated something what we see. I mean, on Selenium. So you will see that.
Okay.
So when we will run different command, right, on Monday, I'll show you that as
Okay.
okay. Perfect. Um, okay, so I think we are good. And please, I would request everyone over the weekend, just give a try for the setup and installation. And I know like we have not discussed the coding like part. So on Monday, we will deep dive into the JavaScript section. And from there, we will, let's say, make sure that the JavaScript basics are clear. And then we will jump onto the Playwright again, guys. Okay. And if you got any queries, doubts, questions over weekend, I will request you to push over the WhatsApp group. Okay. Or whatever doubts or screenshot or installation issue you are facing. Okay. And let me know. Perfect. So I think we are good. Thank you so much, everyone. Happy weekend. We'll meet on Monday again, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good day.